In this video, I am going to show and teach you on Microsoft Word made easy for novice and beginners. This video is divided into three parts, each containing topics we will look into later in this tutorial. These are the topic guides to this lesson. Hello, I'm Henry and you are welcome to Henry Tech Academy. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe if this video is helpful. Now this is the interface of the Microsoft Word. From this interface, you can see our Home tab, our New tab and our Open tab. We can also see other options like the account, the feedback and the option. Okay, we'll go into all this later in this course. Now, right into the Home tab, we can see our blank documents, okay, and we can also see other templates. Okay, in this course we're talking more about what templates is and how we could use and modify them. Now to view more templates, you can click on more option. Now when we click on more option, it takes us to this interface. As we can see various templates. We can see our blank documents, we can see them. If we scroll down, we could see even more default templates we could use in our documents. We also have a way we could search for templates online, okay, by typing the template we need and by searching. This takes us to a wider, broader varieties of templates. Just go into here, type once your system is connected to the internet, type the template you want, it could be anything, and search to take you to the templates you want. So let's go back to our home tab. Next is our recent and our pinned tab. The recent tab, as the name implies, shows the most recent document. Okay, we can see the documents and their date and their time when they were created. Okay, then it shows the most recent documents. Okay, and documents are being arranged sequentially based on their recent dates. As you can see when we scroll. Now, why we have the pin tab. When I click on the pin tab, okay, the pin tab is used to highlight the most important documents from the list. Okay, let's say we have a lot of documents here and we want to take one, maybe we want one of them to be outstanding. We want the way whereby we could pin the document and we could easily access it instead of having to start scrolling all through here. Let's say I want to pin my business plan report to help me easily locate it. Okay, so we'll go to this icon here and we'll click. So once we click, we scroll up. Now when we go back to our pin, find that our business plan report has been added. Okay, now we can easily access this instead of going all down to look for it. Okay, okay. Now after the home tab, next is the new tab, okay, which is below the home tab. Okay, this when clicked, comments, okay, this is used to create new Word documents. We have other templates which we could use for any document. All we have to do is to click on it and edit it. Like as you can see this, we just have to put our details, fill and edit. So for now, I won't talk much on this. Okay, we'll do it later in this course. Okay, so next is the open tab. Okay, now the open tab, okay, it shows us a directory of the system, of the PC or of our computer, which is the internal drive or the storage of the computer, you can see this BC and browse, in which we could open and have access to any needed document. For example, when I click on PC, it takes me to my computer. Okay, as you can see, taking to the computer interface, you can see my PC, which contains all my folders, even down to my hard drive. Okay, the browse tool does the same thing. Browse tool helps us to also access our files. Okay, we can access our files. If connected, we have our drive. Okay, we have, if probably there's a document you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for a document, you can go through your folders and search for that document. Okay, if it's a Microsoft Word document, just for example, this is a Microsoft document, and just okay, I can just open. Okay, now you have opened a document, okay, from our file. That's what the Open tab helps us to achieve. Alright, next is the Account tab. Okay, the Account tab, when clicked, it shows us the account registration with Microsoft Word. Okay, and its licenses. Okay, when we are registered, okay, it shows us our details, our accounts, our informations. Okay, it also shows us some settings. You can see account privacy, office background, office theme. Yeah, we can choose to change the interface. We can make it to be black, we can make it to be gray, dark gray, but let me leave it as default setting. Okay, and let me take it back as colorful. You can see the licenses here. So these are what we find in the account tab. Now, next is the feedback. Okay, the feedback allows users to send reports, feedback, or any complaint to the Microsoft company. For example, you can see this. I like something, I don't like something, I have a suggestion. Let's say there is something about Microsoft Word you don't like, or you want to comment, or you want to write about, or want to make a suggestion. These are where you can easily send it to them. Okay, once your system is connected. Next is the Option tab. Lastly, this is the Option tabs. This shows a variety of preference settings, but we will leave this for default now. Let's proceed to the space of the Microsoft Word by clicking the New tab. Okay, and then we can click our blank document. Yeah. On clicking the blank document, it takes us to this interface. Now, this is called the Microsoft Word workspace. Okay, the Microsoft Word workspace contains various command tools, as you can see up here. Okay, and now we have what we call the ribbon. The ribbon contains the various interface. It contains the file interface, the home interface, the insert, the draw, the design, the layout, the view, the help, and many more if added. Okay, now each of these interface contain various command groups. Okay, just like the home tab, we have the clip command group, we have the font command group, we have the paragraph, okay, we have the style, and we have the editing. Now each of these command groups contains different function tools. For example, this the clip contains the paste, it contains the copy, it contains the cut, okay, it also contains the format printer. Okay, the little icon, as you can see here, okay, when clicked, it takes us to more clipboard option. Now when I click it, okay, you can see it gives us more options. Okay, but since there's nothing we've copied now, this function cannot show. If for example I press, let me see, hello, okay, and I and I highlight it, see now it has come up. I can now copy, I can now cut, I can now format. We'll talk about this later. Next is the font. The font has the font type option too. You have the font size. This could be used to increase. You have the change of case. Okay. Now remember when we scroll through it, okay, you get a preview of the name. So this one is called the clear all formatting. You have the bold, you have the italic, you have the underline, and you have a lot of them. Okay. You have subscripts, superscripts. Okay, you have the text effect, you have the font color, okay, text highlight color, you have the font color. Next is the paragraph. Okay, the paragraph, you have the bullets and number listing, you have the multi listing, you have the index, okay, the right and the left. Okay, you have the sort, you have the paragraph marks, you have the text alignment, okay, be it left, centered, right, and justify. You also have the paragraph spacing, okay, as you can see. You can also have the shading and the border. Some of these things we'll be talking about later in this video. Next is the style. The style, we have the different types of styles, as you can see. To see more, you just click here, you get to see more. Okay, remember this icon takes us to more options. When clicked, it gives us more options. Okay, same here. When we click, we get more options. So if there's an option you're looking for that is not here, you can definitely find it here. You can see advanced and so on. Okay, now you also have the editing. It has the find, replace, select. So we'll talk about this later in this. We'll talk about this later in this course. Okay, now just above the ribbon, we have the auto save option. You have the save, you have the undo, you have the redo. Okay, you have some other added. So this is what we call the quick access toolbar. Okay, in here we have various access toolbars, various tools you could easily access. Okay, now okay, now when we click on this little arrow icon here, okay, what happens? It gives us various options on what to add, okay, to our quick access toolbar. Okay, we could add our new open. For now, you can see the ones I've installed. I can click to select. You can see the new icon has added. I can also on click to remove. I can also on-click to remove whatever tool I don't want in our quick access tool. Okay. Also, whatever tool I want to come over to our quick access, I'll just go over to the tool. For example, if I want the bolt to go, I can just right click and I will click add to quick access tool. But now you see the big comes up. Okay. So if I want to add, let's say, bulletin, okay, the quick access toolbar, I want to add clear format. I just right click and option comes here and I click add to the tool as a quick access toolbar. Now you can see our clear formatting. I can see our bold. To remove it, we click here. Okay, we go to more command. Now you can see the tools we've added. Okay, this is where we could add from this. Like for example, if I want to add join table, I'll click on it and I'll put add, and it comes to this list. Everything here is in our quick access toolbar. So if there's anyone you want to remove, you just click here and you click remove. So I'm going to remove those ones I added. I added clear format bold first, so I'll remove it. Added clear formatting, and I'll remove and I'll press OK. What do you notice? Those tools icon has been removed. So first, next we're going to do is to keep our workspace in professional view. So for us to make that possible, we have to go to the view panel. Okay, now you can see at the show command group, we have the ruler, we have the guidelines, and we have the navigation pane. So when I click on the ruler, okay, now notice something. You can see a scale of ruler here. Okay, this determines the margins of our documents. Okay, you can easily use this to add. You can easily adjust. Okay, you can see. You can come here. You can easily adjust. Okay, you can easily adjust from each of the margin. Okay, the next we're going to on our navigation plane. Now this navigation plane gives us the preview and also the outlook of what we are working on. So not to worry, as we continue, we'll see how this navigation plane comes to play, how it helps us use our documents and makes it easier for us to access. I made a text document for this exercise. Okay, now looking at our right, we can see the navigation panel shows that this gives us a preview of what we are working on. For example, when I click, whenever I click, okay, it shows us where we are. Okay, as you can see, as I'm clicking, it's moving. Okay, it's showing us where we are on the exercise. It's moving towards here. So looking at this exercise, you notice some words, some of the words, some of the letters, some of the words here are of different sizes and are of different fonts and of different colors. So now over to the home tab and the font command, we're going to be doing these exercises one after the other. So I scroll down. So we'll play with this following text. Okay. First is the font type. For the font type, for us to make this effect, first we have to select the text. Okay. Now this is a font type. Looking here, you can see different fonts, different customized fonts. So you have to just scroll, okay, and make selection of whatever font you want. So I want to make a pretty obvious font. So let me choose. Let me go with this. Let me go with this. Okay. Next is the font size. Okay. This. Okay. Looking at this, you can clicking on this drop down. You see this. We could go scrolling down increases the font size. Going up also decreases the font size. You can also use this icon to increase and to decrease. Okay, so let's increase it, okay, to 24. The next is to change the case. Changing the case is the icon located at the front command group. Now changing case, clicking at the drop down, you have the center case, lower case, upper case, capitalized each word. But if we click upper case, you notice that it changed every letter to a capital letter. So you can go on and increase the font size. You can also change the font type. Let's change it to Algeria. So the next is clear formatting. Okay, clear formatting is an icon that resets the font or the document to its initial state. Let's say I change this to let me say I change it to this font type and I increase it, okay, and I make it sentence, okay, I make it capitalized each word, then I want to clear format it. So this is the icon for it. When I click here, what happens? It takes it back to the initial format. Okay, the initial format of the document. Same thing here. If I clear format this, what happens? It goes back to its initial state. If I clear format this, same thing happens. So I'll click Ctrl Z to undo all I've just done. Next is the font fold. Okay, so When you highlight, when we select our text, this is the icon for bold. When we press bold, notice it thickens the letters. Okay, let me enlarge it. Now you can see it thickens it. Okay, the next one, okay, sorry, the next one is the italic. When you click the italic, okay, what happened? It made it a little bit slant. So let me increase so we can see what's going on here. Find out that it's been slanted. Okay, next is the text on the line. Okay, let's increase it. Okay, on the line, notice something. A line comes under. Okay, we also have the strike through. This is the strike through. We'll press it. The line, let me enlarge it so we can see. Spine the line crosses. Okay, the next is the subscript. Now to understand what this subscript means, let me write the common H2O. H2O. Now I want this two. First of all, let me enlarge it. Okay, let me make it bigger. Now I want this two to be a subscript. So what do I mean? I'll highlight the two and I'll press subscript. Notice what happens here. The two comes under. Now let me highlight it also we can see it more. So two comes under. Okay. Another example I can see x2. That means I want this two to be under. I just have to highlight it and I press this. It goes under. The next thing is the superscript. Superscript is the opposite of a subscript. Let's say I write x2 and let me first highlight it. Let me first increase the font. Let's say I want this two to be on top instead of below. In the subscript it goes under. In the superscript it comes on top. So on the top. So I click it, I highlight it, and I click subscript. So what do you notice? It comes up. So if I select it, if I select and I increase the font, you see it more better. Next is the font size. Okay. Now the next is the font style and effect. What this does, let's see. When I select the text, okay, first let me increase the font size so we can see what is happening here. Now clicking here, let's click at the thumbnail. Notice, okay, it shows us a preview of some font effects or font style. Now when you click around, notice the texture of the text changes. Okay, it changes. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, let me enlarge it more so you can see. Now still clicking it also have other. Oh, click at the okay. All right. Now clicking at the drop down, you also have the outline. Okay, this you can change the color of the outline if it's yellow. Okay, still clicking on it. It also gives us other options. It gives us the shadow options. It gives us the reflection options, the glow, and etc. So we'll just keep it simple for now. Okay. Next is the text highlights. Okay, what this does is let me also increase the font size. Okay, so when I click on this icon, text highlights color, what happens is it shows a highlight color to the text. Okay, if I click on this drop down, I also have other colors. I can make it red. Okay, now if I can change the color by selecting it. Okay, when I select it, I can go over here, make it red. No, okay. Now we're going to be talking about the font color. Now the font color has to do with the color of our alphabet. So to to have access on the font color, simply select, okay, the text or the paragraph or whatever content you want to effect the font color on. You select it this way. You go to the font command group. Now see the last icon here. On it says change the color of your text. So we click on it. We could choose any color of our choice. Okay, for this exercise, I will go with red. Okay, notice how the color of the text has changed. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see. I can also I can change the color to blue. I can also change the color to green. Okay, now the next one is the clear formatting. Now I've said this before. Clear formatting is about resetting the text. Let's say this text now I have some formats to it. Let's say I change the font to this is the font I change this to. I change the color to yellow, and now I want to take it back to its initial stage. Okay, what I will do is I'll highlight it and I will click here. It says I'll click on this icon that says clear formatting, and boom, it takes it back to its initial state, okay, which is area size 11. Our next lesson for this video is the listing. Now, the listing is divided into three. There are three types of list. We have the unordered bullet list. Okay, we have the ordered numbering list, and we have the last one, which is the multi-level list. Okay, so now let's talk about unordered bullet list. Now, finally, looking at these words here, you have spelling, grammar, you have page appearance. You notice that this icon is called bullet, that is used to number this list. So I can go on, I can press enter. With this, let me say insert figures. Okay, figures. Okay, let me press enter again. Insert, let's say music. If I say insert, just find that the list keep going. Let's make an example of this and unordered list of fruits. Okay, so we type our apple. Okay, enter. Let's go with our orange. Let's go with, okay. Now we'll be working with this list. Okay, first of all, let me highlight this. Let me make it bigger. Okay, now to put a bullet list or an unordered list on this list of apple, simply highlight them. Okay, you go to this icon. When you click, it gives it a default bulletin. Okay, so we can go to this drop down menu for us to select. For this purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be using this type of bulletin. So I click on it. As you can see, we have gotten the same preview as what we have here. Okay, so that's how we do our unordered bullet listing. Next is the ordered numbering list. So it's make an ordered list of animals, of wild animals. So let's go with our lion, our snake, okay, now we're going to be working with this list of wild animals. So to make an ordered list or numbering list, simply highlight what we have. You go to this icon. Now when you click, it gives us the default types of lists. Okay, if you want more numbering lists, you click on this thumbnail. You can see whereas you can select, you can use any of this. Okay, you can also change our level, list level, define a new number format, set numbering value. For now, we'll keep it simple and stick with this. Okay, that is how to do. If you want to change it to, you just highlight, you go back and take it back to its default. Okay, now next is the multi-level list. Okay, you can see the multi-level list is a combination of the numbered list and unnumbered list. Now let's do this exercise. So create a multi-level list of meal timetable containing the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, and a sub-list of tea and bread, pizza and juice, fried rice, and chicken. And let's move into it. So first, let's write our new table, new timetable, table. Next is our breakfast. Now, tea and bread comes under breakfast, so we write it under it. Tea and bread. Next is what? Our lunch. Okay, and our lunch, pizza and juice goes under our lunch. So let's write our lunch. Okay, pizza, and juice. Okay, next one is our dinner. Okay, dinner. Okay, and what goes under dinner is fried rice and chicken. So let's put about fried rice. Fried rice. Okay, enter, and our chicken. Okay, and our chicken. That's all. Now, how do we make our multi-level list? Let's highlight and let's click here on the multi-level list icon. Okay, let's click on the icon. Let's stick with default for now. Now it gives us a numbered kind of listing, but because this, okay, this has to do with levels. Okay, so all we have to do is breakfast falls under the new timetable. So we'll go over here and we'll go to the increase indent. So when we click like this, it makes breakfast falls under. Now the next we go to is our tea. Our tea and bread falls under breakfast. So get the next thing. Okay. Now you have to make it fall under breakfast. So we click it again. Okay. Now you'll see the same thing with bread. You click. Okay. You click it again. So bread and tea, so you can see under your breakfast. So we go to our lunch. We click it again. So it should fall in line with the breakfast. Now pizza and juice are under lunch, so we use our increase index and our increase index. Next, we also come to our juice. We repeat the same process: increase, increase. Now the dinner falls under breakfast and lunch, so we increase it just once to make sure it's in line. Next is the fried rice, okay, which is under dinner. We increase and we increase. Next is the chicken. We also what? Increase and we increase. Now you can also take this dinner back to its normal position by clicking on it and you click here, which is decrease indent. Okay, so for now we'll leave it as increase indent. Okay, now we can also change the numbering. For example, this is B. If I choose to make it E or any alphabet, I'll simply right click, we go to set number value. Now I want to make it E, so I just go up to E. Okay, and I click OK. It has changed it to E. Alright, so it's so far so good. We've done listing. So give it a try. Make a list, another list of, it could be vegetables. Okay, I did the one on fruits. Pick one. You could also do it for fruits. So repeat this exercise. Do for domestic animals. I did for wild animals, or you could still do for wild animals. Then repeat also the multi-list. Okay, repeat the exercise, play with it, and come right back for the next exercise. Thank you. We're talking about an indent. Okay. Now, what's an indent? An indent is simply a tool that's used to move a paragraph, a text, or an object either away from the marginal lines or closer to the marginal lines. And an indent is found at the paragraph command block. Okay, so this is the icon for an index, as you can see. So, looking at this sign, this represents decreasing the indent. and this is increasing indent. Okay, so when a paragraph is highlighted, okay, this is what this indent does. The increase indent takes the paragraph away, shifts the paragraph. Okay, while this decrease brings it back or closer to the marginal lines. Same effect can also take place here. We could use this to adjust our paragraph. Okay, same happens here. You can use this to adjust to. So that's what an index does. Next is sorting. Sorting is simply the arrangement of data or of objects in a sequential order. So in Microsoft Word, you could access the sorting tool still at the paragraph. Okay, now this icon here is called the sort tool. Okay, so now let's arrange this list of names of animals. You simply highlight it. Okay, click on sorting. Now you have two options. Okay, for now we are working with a paragraph, we're working with the text. Okay, so we're arranging from ascending order to descending order. So just click here and that's okay. You click OK. Now notice something. Our list is being arranged in alphabetical order from A to B down to the last, which is T. Okay? So in a case like this, to bring this space back, simply highlight it, go to this marginal lines, to this ruler, then shift, drag it a bit. Okay, as you can see, it has taken its shape. Okay, so that you could use to adjust your lines. If anyone is not in place, just make sure you align it properly. Now, the next one is called the paragraph marks. Now, this is a tool in the paragraph command tool that helps symbolizes all the paragraph when clicked. And when I click on this paragraph, I don't need to highlight anything. I just have to go and I just have to click. And when I click, what happens? It puts the paragraph mark at every paragraph. Okay, so this is the end of a sentence or a a paragraph. So just go ahead and click on it or click on it to deactivate it. So the next thing is the text alignment. So we'll talk about the text alignment. Let me reduce so we can see what we are doing. Okay, and let me take this a little bit down. Now, the text alignment is simply a tool that helps us to align our text. And we have is found in the paragraph command group. We have four types of text alignment. We have the left, align to the left, the center, Control E, the right, Control arrow, and the left, and the justify, Control J. So as you can see, the first paragraph is being aligned to the left. Looking at it, when we click on it, you notice the icon comes here, which is the default alignment setting. Now the next paragraph, which is the second paragraph, okay, which is this one, we're going to align it to the center. So simply highlight, okay, and we'll come over here. This is click here, or we say Control E to activate it. Now notice this has been aligned. Notice the pattern of alignment is different. It has been aligned to the center. So the next one, we're going to align the next one to the right. Okay, align right. So we'll simply highlight it and we click here. Notice what? It is being aligned. Notice this edge. Okay, the edge is now aligned towards the right. So it's aligned towards the left. This is aligned towards the center. Now the last one is justify. what that one does is it makes the paragraph to be aligned on both the right and the left. So when I highlight it this way and I click justify, notice the left edge and the right edge have a symmetrical pattern. Like, it is very smooth, as you can see. So that's alignment for us. Now the next one is line spacing. Line spacing is simply a tool or icon that adds spacing to our objects, our sentence, our paragraph, and so on. So to activate the line spacing, just click, highlight or select the sentence or the paragraph. Click here, and we have so much options. We have our defaults. We have, notice as I scroll down, the spacing between the lines will increase. Okay, I can add. I can click to add. Okay, I can also click to remove. I have so many options. Okay, I can remove line spacing. I could also add. I could notice how it changes. For more option, I could click at line spacing option. Then notice what we do here. Okay, so I will come over here, spacing. I'll keep increasing. Okay, I'll keep increasing. Notice what happened. Notice what happened when I click OK. When I click OK, it affects. It affects our paragraph. So you can come over here and apply any line spacing you want. We also have the line breaks, but for now we'll leave this. We'll set it as default. Okay, set it as default. Okay, so back to here, line spacing. So I will press Ctrl Z to undo. Remember, Ctrl Z is undo. Okay, so Ctrl Z is undo. Next, I'll apply a line spacing to my list. Okay, apply line spacing to the list below. So I will highlight. I will go to line spacing. Let's make it 2 points. Okay, notice how there is spacing between the animals. Okay, now next is the copy, paste, and format painter. Okay, next two on our list is the copy, paste, and the format painter. Now it is found at the clipboard command group. You can see our copy, our cuts, our copy, and our format painter. Now this and our paste. Now this is not showing because a content hasn't been selected or copied. Now I'm going to select this content. Okay, notice as I select it, the copy and the paste icon shows. So I'm going to press Ctrl C, which is copy. I'm going to click here, which is copy. Now when I've copied it, I will go out from there, press enter. Now I will come over here. To paste is Ctrl V. So, and over here we have different types of pasting. We have the keep source pasting, keep source formatting. We have merge formatting. We have picture. We have keep text only. We have paste special. We have set default paste. So just go back and paste. Okay, default paste, or you can say Ctrl V to paste. Okay, so you can easily copy and paste. And now the next one is called the cut. Okay, now what the cut does is it takes away the property. Now let's say, remember when I copied this initially and I pasted it here and pasted, the original content is still there. But let's see for cut. Now when I select a content and I click cut, notice what happens. The content goes away, so it moves the content from its original position to another. Now let me come over here and let me click paste. Now what happened? It moves this content from this point to this point. While I copy, the content remains, while I can paste at different points. Now the next we have next is the format painter. So the format painter is simply used to transfer the formatting of a text to another. Now we have this text. Okay, you can see the font is in Nigerian and font is 16. While this is an Arial and the font size is 16. So we are going to transfer this formatting to this. So to do this, simply highlight the sentence, click on format painter, then go, notice just tap the sentence or the word, it changes immediately. Or if you want the effect to apply to all the sentence, let's undo by pressing Ctrl Z. And now let's highlight our sentence again. Okay, and let's click format painter. And this time we click, okay, and select your sentence. When you select it, you let go. Now notice the magic, it has transferred the formatting of this to this. Now let's do the same thing for here. Okay, let's select it. Okay, let's click on our format painter. Now let's left click. Okay, so let's right click and notice our paragraph here has taken the format of this. Now the next thing we have is the applying shading and borders. Now shading simply apply color to a highlighted or selected text, table or paragraph. Now let's see what shading means. Now when I select this sentence, okay, still at the command at the paragraph command too. Now we click here, this is the shading. Now I click on the drop down. Now I have various colors. Now when I scroll around the color, notice how a color is added, okay, to the highlights of the sentence. Now the this is more like the highlight color, but it's different because this makes the color emboss around the space. And now let me go with this. Notice how our shading has encircled the big. Let me increase the font size so we could see it more. Notice how the shading increases with the word. The next one is applying border. So apply a border, simply highlight our text, go to the border thumbnail just next after the spacing. You can see you have a bottom border, you have a top border. Notice the line coming above our sentence. You have the left, you have the right, you have the low, you have the all borders. And let me go with all borders. Notice more like a table. Notice how these lines encircle our sentence. Let me make it bigger so you can see. Let me increase the font size. Okay, notice how it borders around our sentence. Okay, now the next is the style formatting. The style formatting is the next command rule after our paragraph. Okay, now what does this style formatting mean? This is used for the organization or for the organization of our page or our documents, because documents in MS Word, documents have different hierarchies, it has different levels. As you can see here, you have normal, we have which is default, you have no spacing, you have headings. Paragraphs are meant to have headings and titles, okay, and also subheadings. So this shows the hierarchy. We're going to talk more on this later. But when we click on this arrow icon, notice that we see more options. Okay, for example, I can choose to make this my title. Notice how it has changed. Okay, it's not a title. I could go over here and make this my heading. Okay, it has become my heading. I could come over here and make this, okay, heading 2, the formatting change. Okay, I can click over here. Let me go to, we also have emphasis. Okay, I can just click emphasis on it. So this is styles for you. It helps format your texts, your words in a well organized format. Now the last is the close after the editing. It is used to find, replace. We'll talk about this later. So you can notice there is an arrow icon here. So this icon is used to collapse just at the end of the ribbon. It's used to collapse our ribbon. Now when I click on it, notice how the ribbon has been collapsed. Okay, so when I click on any of these tab, it comes up. If I'll have to, if I click out, it goes out. So what I'll have to do is when I click, I will come to this pin. You can see here the pin always appears at the icon. So when I click this pin, it pins this ribbon, okay, and it comes back to default. So now we'll be talking about a table. Okay, a table is simply used to organize or group information with borders. Okay, as you can see over here, this is an example of a table. This is a 3 by 6 table. 3 for the columns, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 6 for the rows, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is 3 by 6 table. So now we're going to draw or insert a table. Now to insert a table or to draw a table, you go to the ribbon, click on the insert tab. Okay, so we'll see a table icon. So click on the drop down. Now click on the drop down, you will see insert table. Now you can insert table by scrolling this. First of all, let's take it a little bit forward. Let's raise it up so we can see what we're doing. So when I go to table, now watch what happens. Now when I click here, this is one row, two columns, one row. Now when I click, it becomes 3 columns, 1 row, 3 columns, 2 rows. The question says draw a table 3 by 4. So that means 3 columns and 4 rows, which is this. Okay, so this is our table. So you can see 3 columns and 4 rows. Now you can also insert a table by going on insert table. This is manually. So when we click insert table, it takes us to this. Now this gives us number of columns. You can now manually put the number of columns you want. Since in the question says, since in the question we are asked to do a 3 by 4 table, that means 3 for columns, okay, and 4 for rows. So 3 for columns and 4 for rows. So we can put our auto behavior as, we could make it fixed column, which is the default, okay, as set as auto. Okay, sorry, set as auto. Now we can do it fit to content, fit to window. So for this exercise, I will do fit to window. Now, what fit to content does is it shrinks the table to the content. Okay, while fit to window fits the table to the page, like to the margins or to the layout of the page. So I'll stick with fit to windows and I'll click OK. Notice I've gotten the same table but from a different process. Okay, so next, okay, in insert we also have draw a table. Okay, this, let me scroll down. Okay, how do I draw a table? You just click on the workspace, you draw. Okay, as you can see, you can divide. Okay, so you can play with this. You can add table. You can also add table. You can see, so you can insert the table through any of these means, through automatic insert, through manual insert, and through drawing. So now we've inserted our table using three processes. Okay, we use the first process. Okay, use the manual insert, and we also drew the table, which is what we drew here. And these are the three ways you can insert a table. You can also insert a table through the Excel spreadsheet, but we'll go into that later in the course of this video. You can also go through quick table, but for now we'll talk about all this later. So let's proceed. As you can see, we have three tables we inserted through different methods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and delete. So to delete the table, when you click on a table, you notice something. Two tab comes up at the ribbon, the table design and the layout design. Now I can easily delete when it's clicked. I can delete by going to the layout. Okay, you can see the delete icon. Like you see, I have options of deleting cell, deleting columns, deleting rows. But for now, I can go with delete table. Same as what I will do for here. Now notice when a table is selected, I get two layouts: the table design layout and the layout layout. Okay, we'll draw more light on this, but first let me give you a preview of what's on the table layout. Now the table layout, so the table design contains three table command groups. You have the table style option, you have the table styles, and you have the borders. Okay, so the table style is used to give suitable customized styles or patterns for our table. For example, when I scroll through this, you notice how the theme and the style of the table changes. If I click on the drop down, I get more customized patterns. Okay, let's say I want to get more customized pattern. Let's say I want to go with this. Okay, I'll click it. I also have options to modify table styles. I also have clear, I have new table style. So let me just go with this so you can see what happens to our table. Notice how the texture and the pattern of the table changes. We also have the shading. We have the borders. This includes the border lines. We have the border styles. Okay, this includes the styles of the border. Okay, if you click on it, you will see different styles. Okay, so I'll leave it at default. Okay, we also have the border lines thickness. Okay, we also have the thickness, and we also have the pen color. We have the borders. Okay, we also have the border painter. So then next on the table design layout, okay, we have a whole lot of tools. You can see we have the table command group, we have the draw. Okay, yeah, we could draw our table, we could erase our table, we could delete our table. Okay, just so let's say I want to delete a table, I'll click and it goes delete. So I'll press Ctrl Z to break it back. Let me change the style so we can see what's going on our table. Okay, let me change the style to the default. Okay, let me click here, default style. Now going back to the table layout, okay, we can draw, we can erase. So when the erase tool is turned on, notice how I can erase table lines. Notice how I can erase table lines. Okay, we also have the delete icon, we have the insert, we have the split merge command group. Now we can split the cells, split the table. We have the cell size. Okay, the cell of the table is this space inside that is being enclosed by borders are the cells. The host content, what this does, it fits the content of the table. For example, if I click on this table and I click on auto fit, it gives me three options on the drop down. It gives me three options: auto fit content, auto fit window, and fit column width. Now, if I click auto fit content, notice how the table is being shrunk to fit the content. If I click fit window, notice how the table is being expanded to fit the frame of the window or the frame of the page. Okay, I also have the cell size. This cell size helps to increase the size of the cells. The cells is this space we have in between the borders of the table. We also have the alignment and the data. Now we throw more light on table on our next video, which is Microsoft Word made easy part 2 for professionals. Okay, now okay, at the alignment command. Okay, this allows us to align our content either to the left, the center, and to the right, or to any side we want. At default, it is at the left aligned. So let's align it to our center. Let's see what this looks like. So I will click on the center icon. Notice how the contents are being aligned to the center, then to the right, okay, then to the middle, okay, and so on. We also have the text direction. This places the text on different direction. Okay, so we'll take it back to parts. Okay, now the next is the cell margins. We have the sort. We talked about the sort. Okay, we also have the convert to text. This changes on the table and we click convert to text. Convert to text. Okay, gives us option to either convert to paragraph mark, to tabs, or to others. So if I click to paragraph, okay, if you notice what happened is in paragraph. Okay, so let me Ctrl Z. Okay, let me make it convert to tabs. Notice how the border lines are being removed. I will now have plain text. Okay. Okay. Next is insert image. Okay. And to insert an image, simply go to an insert tab. Okay. We'll click on the insert tab. Okay. You go to the picture icon and click on the drop down. Now this gives us three options. So we can insert picture from our device, from our stock images, and from online pictures. Now we can go on stock image and we could search if our system is connected to the internet. We can also search for online. Now for this exercise, I will be importing our image from this device. So I'll click on this device since my image is stored inside the computer. When I click here, this takes me into my computer. So I will go right in to the image I want to use. So I'll be using this. So I click insert. Okay, notice how the image is being inserted. So first what I have to do is I have to resize. Now in order to resize this, you have to resize from this corner, the edge of this corner, so as to return the image aspect ratio. If we resize from here, it shrinks the image. Okay, or if we resize from here, it also shrinks the image. So I'll press Ctrl Z. Okay, so to resize, we resize from this either of these four corners, this corner, and these two corners. So we'll be resizing. I have to put my cursor here and shrink it down here. Notice how it resizes, yet the images still takes its aspect ratio. Okay, it resizes proportionately. So I'll resize T. I'm comfortable with it. Now, looking at our image, we have an icon called the layers option or the wrap. And when I click on it, it gives me 4 ways I could place my image with text. Okay, at default it is in line with text. I have square option. Okay, I have tight, I have true, I have top and bottom, I have behind text. So I'll be trying some of these options. Let's try top and bottom. Now let's see what happens. Now when I move my text, my image, notice how the image moves around my text. Now if I click behind text, notice how image goes at the back of the text. If I click in front of text, notice how the image covers our text content or covers our paragraphs. There are still other many options. You can also go through the true, the tight, and the square. For now, I'll leave it as tight, as square. Okay, so notice what's going on here. So I'll leave this as this. Now, notice when an image is selected, a picture format tab comes up as our ribbon. Now, this allows us to apply and edit our image. Okay, because you can see in the picture format, we have different command rules. We have the adjust, which contains the removal of background, correction, color. We also have different image styles. As you see, as I scroll, and then you notice how the image styles are being changed. To view more, I have to click here. You notice how the edges of the images are being changed. We also have the image borders. We also have the alt text. You have the position, okay, where you want the image to be. You click on the drop down. You want it to be at the top of the page, at the top center of the page, okay, at the top right of the page, at the middle, that's the position. So for that, remember we choose square method. We also have bring forward to take the picture forward and to bring it backwards. We have also our crop option. So this also allows us to reduce or increase our image. Or now this will be all. Import images from your computer, apply effects to it, play around, and come back. We've come to the end from watching, and be a member of our family by subscribing. In this video, we're going to be learning how to insert symbols. So to insert symbols, we simply go to the Insert tab, okay, and we locate our symbols command group. So you can see our symbol command group. We click here, okay, you can see varieties of recently used symbol or frequently used symbols. To have access to more library of symbol, click on more symbols. As you can see here, we have a lot of them. You can scroll to get a more view of the rest. Okay, so we'll pick a symbol. I will insert a symbol. Let's insert this symbol. Okay, let's also insert this symbol. Okay, now we could see how they are being inserted. Next is the special characters. Okay, you can see them. If you want to insert, this one is for trademark, you can insert it. Okay, so and we press closed. So that's all for symbol. The next topic we have is called the page appearance. A page appearance foresees how our page looks like. Now to now to access the page appearance, we have to go to the layout, then we will look out for the page command group. Okay, now we can see this is the page setup. Over here, we can set whatever we want to have on our page. We have our margins, we have our orientation, we have our size, we have our columns, we have breaks, and we have paragraphs, we have arrange. So as the video proceeds, you will get to know more about them. First, let's talk about margin. Now, what are margin? Margin is sets the margin size for the entire document. Margins are lines, are invisible lines which dictate where our document or where our text starts and ends. Okay, so for example, this is a marginal line. As you can see, if I highlight my text and I shift this, notice how it shifts. It doesn't go beyond the marginal line. Now, to access the marginal lines, you click on this drop down and see some customized default marginal lines. You can also create your own, like customizing marginal lines. If you want to do with any of these, the narrow, the moderate, the wide, the mirror. Also, you also have customized margin. This also allows you to manually set your margin. Okay, you can put top if you want top to be 0.5 centimeter, and you want bottom to be 0.5, you want left to be 0.3, and right to be 0.3. Okay, let's see, and then you click OK. Notice how our margins have been adjusted. From here is 0.3, then there too is 0.3, here is 0.5. You can take it, but notice it can't go beyond the margin. Okay, now the next one, the page orientation, gives a preview of what the page will look like. And we have two types of orientation. It's either a page is on a portrait mode or on its landscape mode. Okay, for this document, we are using a portrait mode. If you want to switch to a landscape, just have to notice that the portrait is usually longer in length, in height, while the landscape is usually wider in width. Okay, so when we click on landscape, notice how the shape of the of the document becomes. Okay, let me reduce it so we can see. Notice how we now get a longer width and a shorter height. But let's see for portrait mode. Now notice the portrait mode. Looking at the portrait mode, you can see how our page now looks like. Okay, so that's that's it for the orientation. Next is the size, the paper size. Now this is also important. Okay, as a beginner or as a professional, before you start writing your document, you have to select the paper size. So for you to select the paper size, still in the layout tab, you go to the page setup. You can see our size. You click on the drop down, you can see varieties of paper size. You can see legal, A4, A5, A6, Japanese postcard, and etc. For more paper sizes, you can click here and then manually customize it ourselves. Okay, so for this exercise, we'll be using an A4 paper size. Okay, A4 paper size. Next is the watermark. Or access our watermark to access to our design tab. Okay, switch to our design tab, and in our design tab we have different command groups. We have document formatting, and we have the page background. So we're going to go to our page background. Looking at the first icon we have there is called watermark. When we click on, so clicking on the drop down, you can see some customized watermark. Okay, if you want to have access to more options of watermark, you can go to more watermark from office, or then we could browse. Okay, you can customize and we could remove. Okay, let me go with the first one, confidential watermark. Notice what comes up in our page. Let me reduce it. Notice this is called the watermark. Okay, so I'm going to change this. So we go back to our watermark. We click on customize watermark. This time, so we click on text watermark. Okay, now the text will be alright. H dot hashtag. I'll click Henry Tech Academy. Henry Tech-Academy. So that's all. I can change the font here. Whatever font type I want, I could change it. I'll leave it here as Arial. I could change the size. Okay, or I could leave it as auto. Okay, I could make it horizontal. I could make it dialog. For now, I'll make it as dialog. I'll now click OK. Now notice what happens. Okay, you can see my channel has become our watermark. So you can practice on your Microsoft Word. Okay, add watermark, customize watermark, and have access to other types of watermark through online sources. Okay, secondly, you can also add an image to a watermark. Okay, secondly, you can also add an image as a watermark instead of a text. So just simply click on the drop down of the watermark. You go to custom. A dialog box shows, a dialog box comes up. So in this case, we have no watermark. We're going to click on picture watermark. This allows us to select a picture. So I'll click on select. I will click on say you need an internet connection to insert online picture. So while you are offline, you can insert picture from your computer. So I'll insert from my computer. Okay, it will take me direct into my computer. Now I can go into my computer. Okay, and I will use a picture from my computer. So okay, I'll be using this for my watermark. So I'll click insert. Okay, I'll click inside. I also have option to put size. So I can make it 150%. Okay, I will click apply. Okay, let me change it. Make it 100%. Then click apply. Okay, so close. Now notice how I've inserted my watermark on my page. Okay, now I'll go ahead and remove the watermark. So to remove the watermark, you click on the watermark and you click on remove watermark. It goes away. Okay, the next thing we have is how to use the page color. Now the page color is simply add color to our page or to the page of our document. Now the page is white by default. Now to change this, we have to still go back to our design tab. Okay, the page color is next after the watermark. So we click on the drop down. Now we can see varieties of color, so we could choose the kind of color we want. Notice as I scroll through, the color of the page changes. Okay, so for this exercise, I will go with this. Notice how the color of my page have changed. Okay, to remove the color, you simply go back to page color and click no color. Okay, if you want more colors, you can click here, color effects, and click here. For now, we just click no color. So it takes away the color from the page. Next is the page border. Okay, how to use the page border. Now the page border is simply a tool that adds borders to the page, and you could access it by go to our design tab. Okay, and also go to our page background. You can see the icon for the page border is is next after our page color. So we click on page border. Okay, now we have different page border. We have for none, box, shadow, 3D, and custom. Okay, I'll go with box. Over here, this is our border settings, is style, color. So for style, I will choose this for style. Okay, I'll go with this. Okay, color, I'll let it be as automatic, which is black. Art, okay, let me see if there's, I could scroll down to see more art I could add to our page. Okay, I saw star. Let me go with star. Now this will be applied to the whole document. If I want it to be only a section, this section, I will do it, but I will apply it as default, which is whole document, and I'll click OK. Now notice page borders, our border, how it has appeared on our page. If I want to make our sentence come, I have to adjust our margins. When I adjust it, I take it inside. Notice, okay, put it inside. I also click here too. I also take it inside. Now I now have my page inside my, now I now have my content, my text inside my border. Welcome back. Our previous lesson we talked about page properties, we talked about page border, page color, watermark, and some other features. So go around, play with it, add some of these features to your page. Now we'll be talking about the headings. Now the heading is the topmost section of a page which carries important information. So for you to insert a heading, you have to go to the insert tab. So on the insert tab, you then have to locate the header and the footer. You have to locate the header and the footer. Now on the header and the footer, we can see our header icon. So we click on the drop down. Now this opens a dialog box. We get to see some varieties of inbuilt default headers. So when we scroll, we see a whole lot of them. If you're not satisfied with the types you have here, get some more fun, more headers from office.com is an online source you can search and have a view of all online sources. You could also edit header and could also remove header. So I'm going to be picking header for this exercise, a default header for this exercise. So I think I can go with facet. Okay, now notice when we click on the facet, we get the header section. Okay, when we scroll down to the current page we are in, now we can see that the header section is at the top of the page. Now when it's open, it gives us the header and the footer tab comes from, and this gives us the control over features of the header. Now over here we could remove the header, we could search for more headers, we change the header we're using to another default header. So here is the footer. We could add our page number to the top of the page. Okay, for now I'm going to skip this. Now we could add our time and date. Okay, let's say today's date is Sunday 31st 2024. So I just match, I just click on it. I'll just see insert, and try to click update automatically. Now click insert. Okay, and I have document info, author. I could fill all this information. Okay, I could put my name. Okay, let's see. I want to put my name, I'll just put Henry. Now okay, that's my name. Let me take it a little bit higher up. Now now okay. Okay, let me increase the font so we could see. Okay, so note how I could play around with this. Notice how I could play around with this. I could change the position of my header. Okay, I think that this is okay. Just play around with it. So I could add other information too. I could add my quick parts or document properties. I could add pictures. Okay, I could add pictures. I could add online pictures. I could add different. I could click here to add different page, first page, different odd and even page, show document text. Okay, I could come over here. This place allows me to edit the height of the footer. I could increase it by clicking here. Okay, notice how it comes down. I could decrease it by clicking here. So I'm going to leave it at 0.6. Now this is also the insert alignment tab. So when I'm done, I could click close. I can also add additional information to my header. I can welcome to Henry Tech Academy. Okay, space. Use more. Okay, so welcome to Henry Tech Academy. Okay, this is an additional information I want to add to our header. So when I'm satisfied, I could click close header. So notice when I select my header, it forms our header and it occurs at all our pages as you can see. Now for me to edit, for example, I need to work on this my name. Okay, I can also click on it. Okay, HTech, and I just click ignore all. Or I just click Henry, Henry, okay, and I'll just click ignore all. Now just click close. Now you see that my name has appeared. Okay, so let's go back to the page we are in. Notice how all our headers are being placed on the top. That's what the header does. Now the next thing we have is our footer. Our footer is just next to the header as the insert icon. Okay, as you can see our footer. So click on it too. You also get to see default footers. You also get to have access to online source. Also edit and to remove footer. So I want to choose a default footer. Okay, let's work with facets or it always appears at the bottom of our page as you can see. So over here we could also add information. Now I would like to add a page number to my footer, so I will click here. Okay, I'll put page number at the bottom. So over here I have a preview of different pages my page number could be added. So I could try to add my page number. Let me scroll down to see if I can have any to go with this option. So notice how my page number has been added. I can also come over here and add any information. Okay, let me see. You can subscribe to my channel to view more content. Okay, when I'm done, I can also when I highlight on it, I could edit my text. I could change the font size, change the color. Let's say I want to work with black. Okay, I make it black. Okay, so you can see. Now I've added, when I'm done satisfied with whatever I want to add here, I could adjust the layers, the height of the footer by increasing this. Notice how it comes up. I could also decrease it. Okay, so when I'm done, I'm satisfied, I could place I could click note header. Notice how my footer is being formed, and also my header is being formed. Notice how my footer and my header is being formed, and this gives us information about I need to subscribe subscribe to the channel to view more content. I also have my page number. So the next thing is auto correct. Notice when I was trying to correct my subscribe, I right clicked and got a suggested spelling for it. That's autocorrect. Now, to save a word, I simply go to your option, okay, go to your option tab, okay, we go to our preview, go to our autocorrect page, hashtag slash academy as Henry Tech Academy, Henry Tech Academy one, and then I'll just click add and click OK and click OK. I want to make a mistake. Yes, I want to spell family, and I spell it this way. Now this is not the spelling of family, so if I want to correct it, I'll just click on it. Okay, right click. So I will now get the recommended correction for my spelling. I can click family. Notice how it's changed. Let's say I want to spell channel. Okay, channel. Notice my spelling. Whenever this red mask comes under, it's incorrect. So I click on it. Right click. I've gotten so many recommended suggestions. I will just click here to get my correct spelling. Now notice the word I added, I saved in my autocorrect. Let's say I want to write, I replaced HTech-Academy to Henry Tech Academy. Let's see how it's been activated here. Let's say I want to write H-Tech, okay, Academy. Notice when I press my shift, it corrects the words towards Henry Tech Academy. So that's what autocorrect helps us to do. So you can go around, play around, store your word. It could be your name, it could be your place, it could be anything. Store it on your autocorrect. So whenever you make a mistake, it corrects it immediately. Now the next concept we have on our sleeve is the spelling and the grammar. Okay, now just as we have the autocorrect, the spelling and the grammar is a feature that reviews our page and corrects every grammatic error on our page. So to activate the spelling, you go to your review tab. Okay, clicking on the review tab. So you go at the proving, you will see spelling and grammar. So you click on it to activate it. Notice once you activate it, a dialog box comes at the right. Now what happens here is whatever word that an error is in or that is not correct, okay, that is not well spelled, what happened? It is being highlighted. In this case, okay, our we is being highlighted. So the correct word for it is, it should start with small letter and not capital letter because there's a comma here as you can see. So you just have to just click on we and it correct it. The next one, ms, you just click. So you just keep clicking on the suggested answer for it till everything. Okay, the next one is customizing. Notice I misspelled it. This is the right spelling. I'll just click. So when you are done with all your changes, you just click OK. Notice how it goes through all my document and it keeps recommending. So for now, I'll just say ignore all. I'll just click here at cancel to stop my editing. And the next feature that also has the ability to checkmate our our page is the one we call the check accessibility. Okay, now this feature is gives us well recommended standard practice options that we could click and make sure our document is up and running. So to activate the check accessibility, still at the review tab, as you can see after the spelling, next we have the accessibility command group. So we just have it. Just have to click at the drop down. You have options. Let's just for now let's work with check accessibility. You click on it. So you click on it. Notice how a accessibility dialog box comes out and I'll just click on convert. Okay, just click OK. Some of us option just click at convert. Now notice I've gotten some errors. Okay, it has been able to go through my page and noticed the errors I have and the warnings. Now when I look down, okay, it says keep accessibility checker running while I work. I could unclick this. Okay, I could click it. What this does is when it is clicked, it checks my work automatically without me having to come over here. Now over here is more options, more information. And then I click on this. Okay, now it's the errors comes up. So for example, this one, the error for this one is group is titled group 6. If I click on the down on the drop down, it takes me to where the error is, and it makes suggestion for me, either for me to add a description or for me to mark as decorative. I think I could mark as decorative because it's just a decorative start a picture. I could mark as decorative, okay, and I would like to move it to the end of my page, to the heading of my page. Now notice as I solve this, it goes away. Now notice what we call the additional information. Notice to fix it, okay, and I will not have the time to read down, but it tells us one way to fix it and step we could use in fixing what's our problem. It normally comes out when there is warning. Notice this. Okay, we have warnings for our table cells. So the same thing happens. You click on it, it gives us a recommended option. Okay, yeah, it tells us to merge our cell. We just simply click on merge cell. The table goes away. So we just keep repeating the same action, the same recommended action for all of them. Okay, over here it tells us how to read context. It has gone through our file and notice that a particular section of the file it's difficult to read, so it recommends what we could do. Same thing occurs here, tells us split table, split table. So we just delete row, delete row, delete column. So these are recommended options. When I click, let me click one of them. Here it tells me split. Okay, now it gives me recommended action to change the font color. Okay, to change the page color. Okay, so from here, if I change the font color, it will it will mark good, it will mark accepted. So I'll just leave this profile for some reasons we will get to know at the later on of this course. So when I'm done with all my recommended procedures, I can now click over here. I can click close, okay, to go back. So we are done with the accessibility check. So you can go on, try it on your document, let it recommend standards and recommended actions of what you could do to make your document stand out and easily accessed and read by users. And the next is to print and export. Now, when you are done with your document, after your typing and arrange and everything is being done, and you're ready to print your document, so you go on your file tab. Okay, you have the option for print. Okay, so when we click on print, it opens the print dialog box. As you can see over here, it gives us the preview of our pages. Okay, what is to print. Now currently we are at page 21. So it will print this current page except being told otherwise. So over here is the number of copies we want. If we want 5 copies, then we keep increasing, keep reducing. Over here, you have to click to locate your printer. You can see various types of printer depending on the one that is being connected to your computer. You just have to search for it and click on it. So for this exercise, I don't have any connected printer, so I'll just click Microsoft Print to PDF. Now, this page if allows me to choose the option if I'm to print all pages. When I click the whole thing, it means we're going to start from page 1 down to page 34, which is the end of the page. Over here is print current page. Okay, this one allows me to print the page I'm in. For example, I'm in page 21. Okay, so to print this page, okay, I want to push page 22. I want to print page 22. I just have to click, okay, and page 22 appears. So let me click back. Okay, so we have to select our page from here. So for now, I'll keep it as default and click print all pages. Notice we also have other options. Customize print. Yeah, we have to customize our page numbers, the pages we want to print. So I just leave it as default full thing. Yeah, as this was the option to print either one sided on both sides. I'll leave it on one side. Okay, we also have the printed. This one has to do with the range of our printing. So we cannot leave it as this as default. And we have the orientation. Should we put it on portrait or landscape? I'll leave it as portrait. Over here we have the option to choose our paper size. For this exercise we are working with an A4 paper, so I'll click on A4 paper. Over here is our margin settings. We want to adjust our margin. We want to leave it that way, so I'll just leave it as last custom setting. Now is our page per sheet. How many do we want to print per sheet? Okay, so we also have a small icon here called page setup. This also gives us the page setup setting. From the margin tab to the paper, you can see some changes we can edit here. Okay, so we could play around with this. Okay, you can also apply it to this section or to the whole section. So I'll just leave it as this. We also have the paper tab where we could change our paper size. We could manually edit the size here. We could apply it. We could click, just play around with this. We also have the layout option. So you just see we have so many options we could click on depending on what we want for our printer. So when we are done, we just click OK. So this gives us the preview of what we are working on. You can also zoom. Okay, and notice when I click this, the paper changes because now it's viewing just a document. Okay, so whenever page I want to click, I'll just shift it here. Okay, and come over here and just click print current page, and I'll just, after when I'm done and satisfied, I could just come over and click print. So since it is being printed to PDF, it means if I'm printing, it is going to save into my computer as a PDF file. I'll just go ahead, click print. Okay, it will take me into my directory. Okay, so I can just choose my desktop. I'll just store it as worksheet. Okay, so I'm okay with this. I just click save. Okay, to save. Now if I minimize, okay, I can go over. You can see my saved worksheet. If I click open, okay, you can see, okay, you can see it has opened. Now I have the page I decided to save. So back to what we have. The next thing is the export. Now the export is more like trying to share when you want to share your documents. Okay, sometimes the most used export procedure is PDF. So to access this, you still at the file tab. Okay, you can see the option for export. Now this recommend us to create PDF documents. So over here, okay, we can choose the option to create PDF document. Okay, I also have change type. If you don't want to save it as a PDF document, you click on change type. You have other options. For now, I'll do a separate video for this. So we just click on create PDF document. You click create PDF over here. This takes us to our computer directory or to our internal memory. Whenever I can choose to change the name, okay, it works. Okay, so congratulations, you have just completed the MS Word made easy for novice and beginners. We started by reviewing the Microsoft Word interface, the Microsoft Word layout, where we saw the ribbons, the tabs, and the different command groups. We also did the text formatting. Okay, we talked about alignment and some other features. We also went on to talk about how to insert a table, an image, an insert, a symbol. We also talked about page appearance, the page color, the watermark. You can remember the page borders. We also went on to talk about headers, footers, also correct accessibility check, and a lot more. So you can go, okay, in your convenient hour, practice on all these lessons we have taught. I also look forward in having you on my next video, which is coming up next week. Okay, that's it. So you can play around with all these features. Please, if this video is helpful to you, please subscribe.